Hey, thanks for checking out Nuts and Bolts with Tone, and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to talk about Vampire tools. So, I bought my first pair of Vampire tools off of Amazon, oh my god, a year or longer ago. It was quite some time ago, and it was one of those things where I saw these pliers and they looked like they would do some work. They looked like they'd really come in handy. And I bought them, and God, I didn't use them for a long time. Actually, you know what? I bought these from Matco. Aha! I remember now, because I actually had to have them warranted. So I bought these off the Matco truck. And when I came in, the Matco driver, pretty sure it was Matco. Anyways, the Matco driver took these and bent like a penny. I can't remember what he did. He used a penny and he bent it with a whatever. He did something with a penny, I can't recall. But whatever it was, it looked neat, looked interesting, and it looked like it, had some interesting features. So when you get them, I've kept mine in the case all this time. So here's the first pair of Vampliers that I got. These are called Vampliers. And they're from Vampire Tools. So what makes these unique is inside of here, there's grooves that go up and down with the plier arm or whatever, right? And so right in the center, you'll see where it kind of has like a rounded portion right there, right? So if you look at the end of it, you can see how there's a hole in the center, all right? And it's really hard to see. Oh yeah, there you go, there's a good picture. So right there you could see these grooves that go up and down. Well, and they also have the sideways grooves here so you can grab stuff. Well, what these are really beneficial for is because of these grooves that run up and down, they can grab on to something that is almost flush mounted. I had a screw recently. I was doing a Duramax, and I was doing I think a rear engine cover on a Duramax, or no, I was doing a water pump. I was doing a water pump on a Duramax, and one of the fender liners on the passenger side, they had stripped out the screw, and so they put this big screw in the wheel well liner or something like that. Anyways, whatever. It wasn't normal, and it was stripped. And it was nothing I could do. I tried every single tool. I tried bolt biter sockets. I tried vice grips. I tried regular pliers. Tried everything. And I have a lot of pliers. And nothing would bite this thing. And I couldn't get it out. And I'm at a point where, I almost have to get, a cutoff wheel and grind it off. And that would have been a pain and took forever. And so I thought, you know what? Let me try these. So I got these. And because of the design, I was able to grab the screw and it bit, and I was able to turn it and turn it, and I was able to take it out and then obviously throw it in the trash. But it saved me a lot of time. It took me probably longer because I didn't think about using these. And I've done that about probably 5 times with this pair. I had one pair, and they're warranted. I had one pair where I had just used them quite a bit, and the grooves that run up and down had kind of started to wear down a little bit naturally because they bite, and when they bite, they wear out, right? And you if you grab tight enough. So anyways, so that is these Vampliers. I strongly recommend these. Well, the other day I was doing brakes. I'm going to show you here in a second. I was doing brakes, and you have your brake tool for the shoes, and you got your pin that comes through, and you got your spring, and you got your plate that you push in and turn, right? And it locks on to the to the pin. It's got like a little head on it. Well, I have my brake spring tool has a big end and a small end. And the big end went right through, the spring went right through it, and the small end was too small. And all it did was push up against it. And the problem with this is that the shoes are real little, right? And there's not a lot of room between the hub. You got the hub, right? So you got the hub here, and then you got this right here. You've got this brake spring, retention plate or whatever, right? Well, every pair of pliers I tried either wouldn't grab it tight enough, or if it did, I couldn't turn it because it was hitting the hub. And so I thought, you know what, let me try, because of this design, because the other thing I didn't show you is you can see right here in the end how it doesn't come together. So not only does it bite this way, but it also bites this way, and it creates like a rounded area here, and that's how it's able to grab screws and whatever. And so anyway, so I try, and it's really low profile. I mean, like, one of these arms is real small. They're smaller than my smaller pliers that I use. And I was able to grab it with this, and because of the design, it grabbed it, pushed it right in, and turned it, and came right out. I mean, oh my God, super fast, gravy. So that's these. All right, so I had these for a long time, and Vampire Tools has asked me to work with them, and so they have sent me a couple tools to try out. And you know what? Actually, I'm kind of a dingle. So these aren't what I used for the brake spring, because these don't open up enough. I totally forgot. These don't open up really far, because they're more for like grabbing like a screw. So Vampire Tools sent me a couple pairs of pliers, and the first one is these Vampliers here. I'm not sure what size they are. About maybe 5 inches. Okay, so here's my hand. So about from my fingertip to my palm, maybe about 5 or 6 inches. Anyways, well, these are designed the same. They have the opening in there the same way, and these are designed to do exactly the same thing. The difference between these are spring loaded, so these pop back out. So these right here are actually what I used. And because of the design, and I mean, because this is really small, and because the way that it grabs, not only does it have the grooves running long ways, but on the outside edge of each side, here, and here, it's knurled. So it's got like a knurled edge, so it can grab either way, right? So it can grab, if you're trying to grab a bolt or screw this way, or if you're trying to grab this way, right? And so because of the design and everything, and because it's so small, this is actually, I was able to grab this and push it in and turn it, and it came right off. Worked fantastic. Okay, so here's another use for these pliers. It's not an intended use, but it's a use. So this is my brake spring tool, and it works both ways. So you got the big one here for the big springs, and you got the little one for the little springs. Well, what about the in-between springs? Like this one, where it won't go on. Can't lock on. And regular pliers just can't hang on to it. So what do? How are you going to get this on? All right. Well, here's another use for these pliers. So Vampire Tools, okay. So they've got the end of this. You see how it's indexed in. So because it's indexed in, it works on grabbing round objects. So these are brand new. And I had no idea how I was going to get this brake spring on. But you can see right here, right there on the bottom part right there, it fits in perfect. And I put all 4 on. Right there, you can see the little teeth marks where it grabbed. So right here, you can see on the bottom how it kind of has like a rounded edge to it. So there you go. Vampliers also work for drum brake springs. I have to say, probably my favorite not everyday use pliers are these right here. So Vampire makes a really unique tool, and I really like them a lot. And so the next set that they sent me is some Vampliers Jaws vice grips. All right, so Vampire Tools, same thing, I guess. Yeah, all right, so Vampire Tools. And so these are just a pair of vice grips, probably about the same length, maybe a little bit longer with the pin, with the screw, but about 6 inches or so, right? So now these are really unique because these actually have So they have a groove in the center as well, right? But what these have, it's really hard to tell, is right in the center here, there's a groove, but it also has, in that groove, it comes across and it also has like a tooth that comes up like that on the top and the bottom. So not only does it have the groove to get in there, but then it has the little sawtooth to bite in. Let's see if it'll show that. Yeah, there you go. You can see that right there. And then that one's really pronounced right there. And so that allows it to not only grab, but it allows it to bite and bite. These work really, really well. And they work as regular vice grips. I was doing an alignment on a Colorado yesterday that I did front struts on, and the inner tie rods were stuck. And so I used these and grabbed the inner tie rod, and I was able to turn the inner tie rod. They locked in really tight, and I was able to turn the inner tie rod and get them out. So I strongly recommend these. Now I believe they make bigger sizes of these as well. This one doesn't say what the size is, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I can't recall the size, but the grip is really, it's a really nice grip. It doesn't feel like it's going to come apart. It's not too hard. It's not too soft. It's almost like a perfect grip. It feels like rubbery, but not too rubbery. You know, you get those ones where you get them too rubbery and you use them and you get a little bit of oil on your hand or something, and then they start to swell up and then you don't have any grip with them. So these have really good grip. I like these a lot. So strongly recommend that you check out Vampire Tools. They have quite a few tools like this of different sorts. Really, really good tool. And I strongly recommend that you try them. So thanks for checking out Nuts and Bolts with Tone. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have not heard of Vampire Tools and Vampliers, check them out. I promise you will not regret it. And so leave me a comment down below if you have these, if you've tried them, if you want to try them, whatever. Or if you have a different, unique use for any of these tools other than what I showed you. So hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the bell. You get notified of all my future content, which you're definitely going to want to see. And also check me out on Instagram at Nuts and Bolts with Tone. I appreciate you watching the video. We'll see you next time.